Hello everyone, this is Sonia Munjal and I welcome you all to my channel Social Minds. This video is in the continuation of the same chapter, Nazism and Rise of Hitler. Let's have a closer look on the flowchart of this chapter. In the previous videos, we have done Birth of Weimar Republic, in which we have seen the effects of war on Germany, and then political radicalism and year of depression. And due to these three reasons, how Hitler got power in Germany, and after getting it powers in Germany, how he destroyed the democracy there, and what were his plans to reconstruct the economy there. Then coming to the third part of the chapter, that is about Nazi worldview, in which we have seen about the crimes that Nazis committed and that were linked to a system of belief and a set of practices which we have seen in the establishment of racial state and racial utopia. Now, today's main focus is on youth in Germany, and how Hitler controlled the youth in Germany with the help of this art of propaganda, and what were his opinion about the motherhood. So the video is about these two topics, and at the end we will cover up this crime against humanity and knowledge about the Holocaust also. So let's continue with youth in Germany. Now this is the quote given by Hitler. Let me control the textbook and I will control the state. Clear? So from the very beginning, Hitler was interested in the youth of the country. He felt that a strong Nazi society could be established only by teaching children Nazi ideology. So, from the childhood, he wanted to control the children who turned into a youth. And how he could control the children? When he controlled the education, he controlled the textbook, when he changed the school ideology. So, Hitler was, as I told you, that Hitler was interested in the youth of the country, and in the youth of the country, especially in Nordic Aryans, because we have seen this in the establishment of racial state. He placed Nordic Aryans at the top because he believed in racism, and according to him, only Nordic Aryans were desirable, and rest of the people like Jews, Poles, Russians, black, gypsies, and even German peoples who were mentally retarded and physically handicapped, those people were considered undesirable. So he wanted a society, a complete society with Nordic Aryans. So they subject to process of Nazi schooling. नॉर्डिक आर्यंस को वो किस तरह से बड़ा करना चाहते थे अकॉर्डिंग टू द नाजीज आइडियोलॉजी, एंड हाउ दे वर ट्रेन्ड अकॉर्डिंग टू द सेट बिलीव्स ऑफ हिटलर एंड सेट बिलीव्स ऑफ नाजिज्म when the schooling was controlled by Hitler and Nazi supporters. So all the Nordic Aryans were ideologically trained, where they were mentally made to accept that whatever is happening in Nazism is right. Means whatever the, like we have seen in the previous video, in the establishment of racial state, that so many atrocities were committed on Jews. In fact, Jews were the worst sufferers in Germany. So these Nordic Aryans were ideologically trained, and they also started thinking that whatever the atrocities were committed on these Jews or other undesirable people, all those things are right. So they were mentally trained. See, this is the picture which depict that how the racial brought into the minds of the children. Here this is the scene of the classroom where the Jewish nose is bent at its point. It looks like the number 6. So from the very beginning, this taught to the children that Jews were undesirable and that they started with their physical appearance. So, what happened a school under Nazism? First of all schools were cleansed and purified. How the schools were cleansed and purified? See, this is the picture in which Jewish teacher and Jewish pupils, students expelled from school under the jeers of classmates because Hitler wanted complete segregation of Nordic Aryans children from the Jewish children. So, under the process of this cleansing and purifying the school, the teachers who were Jews and the students who were Jews, they were expelled, they were dismissed from the school. So, Germans and Jews could not sit together or play together. Then textbooks were rewritten to introduce Nazis' idea of race to all. So racism was taught to the children from the very beginning. The textbooks were rewritten in such a way that they had to read about the ideas of racism, about the ideas of Nazism. So whatever they read, they started believing in those things. Then new subject was introduced which was called racial science, and this was to justify Nazi ideology on race. ठीक है, मीन्स जो भी रेशिज्म था, ठीक है, that was introduced in the form of a subject called racial science, and in this subject it was justified, the arguments were given that why Nazi ideology was best for the Germany and why racism was good for the Germany. So children were taught to hate Jews and worship Hitler. So Hitler was the image of Hitler was presented in such a way that Hitler was a Messiah of Germany and only he could solve the problems of German people. So children started worshipping Hitler. Then beside this, stereotypes about Jews were popularized even through maths classes. Math subject was also controlled, and in that the stereotyped about Jews. And what was the stereotyped image of Jews? Jews को असर समझा जाता था, like सूदखोर, means who were fond of collecting money by lending money to others. So stereotype image was created of Jews through that maths class also. Then function of sports. Hitler thought that sports was also very important to raise up the children because he wanted that boys should be very strong and determined, and boys should be iron hearted, strong and masculine. So sports of aggression like boxing was taught which could make them strong and determined. So these were the changes which Hitler brought in schooling. After this, youth organizations. Now these youth organizations, the main aim of these youth organization was to educate German youth the spirit of National Socialism. So students and the youth after the age of 14 or 18, means just to promote the idea of the spirit of National Socialism, the students had to join the organization. So these organizations were made responsible for educating German, basically the spirit of National Socialism. So the first organization was Jung Walk. Clear? So this youth organization was for the students of 10 years old. The 10-year-olds had to enter in this youth organization, this called Jung Folk, and at the age of 14 the children had to join another organization called Nazi Youth Organization, and this organization was renamed in 1922 as Hitler Youth. So this Hitler Youth was the organization in which the children of 14 years could enter, where they learnt to worship war, कि war उनके लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है. Then aggression, only aggressive people could fight wars. So aggression also taught to the children there. Then hating Jews, there also the racism was taught to the children. And then physical training, and in this physical training the sports like boxing, wrestling, etc., the training of that sports were given to the children. So this youth organization was up to the 18 years, means the children got the training here for the 4 years. So, and when they turned up in 18, then they had to join armed forces. Clear? So this youth organization was also made to educate German youth about the idea of National Socialism and about the ideas of racism, imperialism, and how to worship war. So this was the picture of Jung Walk. This was the sign, this white symbol was the sign of this Jung Walk organization. And this was the picture of Hitler Youth, means when the children turned into 18, they had to join the army. So this was the picture of. Next is about Nazi cult of motherhood. Children in Nazi Germany were repeatedly told that women were radically different from men. The fight for equal rights for men and women that had become part of democratic struggles everywhere was wrong, and it would destroy society. This was the thinking of Hitler and Nazi supporters, that giving equal rights to women as the rights were given to men, if the same rights were given to women, that would destroy the society. That was not good for the nation. So from the very beginning, children were taught, even in the school time also, this was taught that boys and girls were different. So according to this set belief, discrimination was done with women. In the school, it was taught that boys must be aggressive, masculine, and steel-hearted, whereas girls were told that they had to become good mothers and rear pure-blooded Aryan children. So this was the duty of girls only. This was the duty of the women only, to give birth to racially desirable children. And desirable, who were the desirable children here? Aryans, Nordic Aryans. And for this was taught that girls had to maintain the purity of the race, distance themselves from Jews, means they were not allowed to made any relation with the Jews people. They had to maintain the purity, and their duty was to look after the home and teach their children about Nazis values. Girls had to be the bearer of the Aryan culture and race only. Clear? So their duty was just to produce Nordic Aryan children and to raise them and to taught them about Nazism philosophy. In 1933, Hitler said, "In my state, the mother is the most important citizen." Means mother is very important in Hitler state. But in Nazi Germany, all mothers were not treated equally. All mothers were not treated equally. And how? Women who bore racially undesirable children were punished. Means undesirable children means if physically handicapped or mentally retarded child born, then they were punished. And those who produced radically desirable children were awarded. And how they were awarded? They were given good treatment in hospitals. They were given concessions in shops, theatre tickets, and railway stations. See, such kind of concessions were given to the Aryan mother children. And to encourage women means to produce many children, honor crosses were rewarded. And see, this is the picture of honor cross. ठीक है. So such kind of records, such kind of cross was given to the mother to encourage them to produce more and more children. So bronze cross was given for producing 4 children, silver cross was given for producing 6 children, and gold cross was given for producing 8 or more. And all Aryan women who deviated from the prescribed code of conduct were publicly condemned. Means कि Aryan women, if they maintained contact or talked with Jews, or if they maintained contact with Poles or Russians, or if they did not follow the code of conduct which was set by Nazism, then they were punished. Clear? So they were punished in such a way that they had to take a parade through towns with shaved heads, black faces, the face was painted black, and with a card in their neck written, "I have solid the honor of the nation." So this was declared as a offense, as a criminal offense, and for this even many women received jail sentences and lost civic honor as well as their husbands and families. They were also given punishment for this criminal offense. So this is about the Nazi cult of motherhood. Now next is about the art of propaganda. So first of all, what is art of propaganda? Art of propaganda means providing information to public. So what kind of language Nazis were using to provide information to public, or what kind of media they were using to provide information to public, like this. So all those things come under the art of propaganda. In this, the Nazi regime used language and media with care. It means during that period of time, they used to describe their various practices which were not only deceptive but also chilling. Students, what deceptive means? It means something based on that which is not true. And chilling means to create fears. We have seen during the period of Nazi rule that Jews, Gypsies, Black, Poles, they were not given proper treatment. They were considered as undesirable. So, in order to describe their condition as well as what kind of treatment were given to them, whatever the words were used during that time period was not the language which we use today. Like we used word to kill, to murder today, but that time killing someone, murder someone, such kind of words were not used by them. There were special terms used for this practices. Nazis never used the word kill or murder in their official communication, so that people who were not from Nazi Germany will not get such words properly, so that it will not be known to outside world. Clear? So such words were mass killing. So they used word for mass killing, they used word special treatment. Then for killing of Jews, they used word final solution in their communication. For killing disabled, they used word euthanasia. Then for sending people, deporting people to gas chambers, they used word disinfected areas. So these were the words which were used by them. Special treatment, which meant that mass killing. Final solutions means that Jews must be killed. Disinfected areas means that people should be, Jews people or undesirable people should be sent to the gas chambers. So such kind of words were used by them which were deceptive. Besides that, media was carefully used to win support for the regime and popularize its world view. The ideology was propagated by media in such a way that automatically it got the people's support. See, in this picture is about a Jew, a Nazi poster attacking Jews. Now, in this poster, the caption was money is the god of Jews. Means Jews were portrayed in such a way that the money was of utmost importance for the Jews. कि उनके लिए सब कुछ क्या है, सिर्फ मनी ही है. And in order to earn money, Jews can commit the greatest crimes. So to become rich, the Jews could committed crimes. So they were portrayed in such a way. He does not rest until he can set on a big sack of money, until he has become the king of money. So such kind of posters were used to propagate their ideas, propagate their belief about the Jews, because Jews were considered undesirable and they were worst sufferers in Germany. One more picture we have in this. See, appeal was made by Hitler to the German farmer, in which he appealed to the farmer. The German farmer stands in between two great dangers today. The one danger, American economic system, which was called big capitalism, and the other is Marxist economic system of Bolshevik. So between this capitalism and Bolshevik, and even Jewish were also there, so the benefits or the good things for the German farmers could be possible by Hitler only, and that was possible through National Socialism only, which was evolved by Hitler. And in this second poster also, see a Nazi party poster of the 1920s. It all asked worker to vote for Hitler, the frontline soldier. So the leaflets, the posters were printed, catchy slogans were used to address public or to attract their attention as well. And even they made film also, and one infamous film, it was called infamous film, the Eternal Jew. So from the name it's clear that the theme of this film was Jewish people, in which they showed orthodox Jews. Orthodox means like असरस, ठीक है, कि वो जो है सिर्फ मनी से ही प्यार करते हैं, like this stereotype image. And even they were referred to as rats. And through this picture they want to tell people that Jews are undesirable in society. So common people also started treating Jews as bad people, and even the houses of Jews were marked as suspicious neighbors. Otherwise, if see the Jews or the German people, it was not easy to make a distinguish between the German Jews and this between the German and the Jews by their outward appearance. But in this picture, they were shown with flowing beards, wearing kaftan, means the stereotype image was created for the Jews. And so Nazism worked on the minds of the people, trapped their emotions, and turned their hatred and anger at those marked as undesirable. This feeling of people incite the people, creating feeling towards the glory of Germany, where people also wanted to destroy the Jews. So the Nazis made equal efforts to appeal to all the different sections of the population. They sought to win their support by suggesting that Nazis alone could solve all their problems. Nazis attracted the attention of the farmers by giving the idea of national socialism. But students, are you thinking that all the people of Germany support Nazi rule? If not, then what was the reaction of the people towards Nazism? Let's see about this. Ordinary people and crimes against humanity. How did the common people react to Nazism? Many saw the world through Nazi eyes and spoke their mind in Nazi languages. It means many of the people were following Nazism. They started believing in Nazism. They started that Nazism only could solve their problems. So, the mindset of such people who believed in Nazism and mindset of Nazism itself, that was same. But it was not all the people who supported Nazism. Many people organized active resistance to Nazism, braving police repression also, and many people died who spoke against Nazism. So there was a group of active resistance worker who raised their voice against this Nazism, but their end was very depressing because they got the punishment when they protested against that. But the large majority of Germans, however, were passive onlookers. So there was a third group also who believed that Nazism was not good, Nazism was not doing the right things. They believed, but they were passive onlookers. मीन्स सिर्फ शांति से उसको देख रहे थे. एंड apathetic witness. They were silent onlookers. They were too scared to act, to differ, to protest. They preferred to look away. So, one such resistance fighter we have that Pastor Niemöller. He was a resistance fighter, observed an absence of protest, an uncanny silence amongst ordinary Germans in the face of brutal and organized crimes committed against people in Nazi Empire. He wrote movingly about this silence, and he wrote a poem which is given in your NCERT book, that first they came for the communist. Well, I was not a communist, so I said nothing. So he was passive onlooker. He didn't react, although he thought that it was not right, but he didn't react. Then came the turn of social democrats, but he was not a social democrat, so he did nothing. So this poem is given in your NCERT book, which show that he was also a passive onlooker. Now, what Jews felt in Nazi Germany, that was about the German people. The previous slide was about the German people, what they thought about the Nazism. Now, what Jews felt in Nazi Germany, that is a different story altogether. And one such example we have of Charlotte Barth, who secretly recorded people's dream in her diary. He used to write a diary in which she was in habit of writing the experiences, and later published them in a highly disconcerting book called The Third Reich of Dreams. In this book, she describes how Jews themselves began believing in the Nazi stereotypes about them. Means Jews started thinking that they were like this. Means the stereotype was created in such a order that they themselves started believing in that image. And even in their dreams, they saw that they dreamt of their hooked noses, black hair and eyes, Jewish looks and body movements. And this was out of fear and atrocities created on them, that they themselves started feeling like this. और इवन वो अपने सपनों में भी अपने आप को वो उसी स्टीरियोटाइप इमेज में इमेजिन करते थे कि हमारे हुक नोजेस हैं, ब्लैक हेयर्स हैं, ब्लैक आईज हैं, ठीक है, हमारी जो बॉडी मूवमेंट्स हैं दैट वाज लाइक रॉडेंट्स, ठीक है, like this. So they themselves started thinking like this, even they saw these things in their dreams. So this stereotypical images published in the Nazi press haunted the Jews. They troubled them even in their dreams, and though they were not given death sentence or they were not killed by Nazis, but inside their mind and heart they died many a times. जब वो इन चीज़ों के बारे में सोचते थे, although the final solution was not given to them, but before that inside their mind and heart they met with death number of times. So next is about the knowledge of Holocaust. So first of all, what is Holocaust? Holocaust is the record of the genocide. Genocide means mass killing of the Jews during Second World War. Information about the Nazis' practices had trickled out of Germany during the last year of the regime. But it was only after the war ended and Germany was defeated that the world came to realize the horrors of what had happened. No one had the idea what was happening in Germany. While the Germans were preoccupied with their own plight as a defeated nation, emerging out of the rubble. The Jews wanted the world to remember the atrocities and sufferings they had endured during the Nazi killing operations called the Holocaust. So Jews wanted that whole world should know that how they were subjected to segregation, humiliation and killing under Nazi operation. So this was the feeling of Jews after the defeat of Germany in World War II. So this spirit to bear witness and to preserve the documents can be seen in many ghetto and camp inhabitants who wrote diaries, kept notebooks and created archives. In those diaries, the Jews had depicted the conditions of themselves. See, this is the picture where Denmark secretly rescued their Jews from Germany, and this is one of the boats used for the purpose. Then this is the diary of a young girl, Annie Frank, in which she wrote about the experiences which she got during Nazi killing operations. Then see, this was a container, and this was evacuated from the Warsaw ghetto, Warsaw in Poland, and in this documents were collected, means Jewish people collected documents and placed them in such kind of cans along with other containers, and as destruction seemed imminent, these containers were buried in the cellars of buildings in 1943, and this can was discovered in 1950. So that's why it's said that after the war, after the World War II, people, the world came to know about the Nazi killing operations. So in such a way, the Jewish people maintained their record, but on the other hand, when the war seemed lost, the Nazi leadership distributed petrol to its functionaries. And do you know what to do with petrol? To destroy all incriminating evidences available in offices, so that world will not get to know about Nazi operations. तो जब वॉर ख़त्म हो गई, जर्मनी डिफीट हो गया, तो नाजीज लीडरशिप ने क्या किया, अपने फंक्शनरीज़ को पेट्रोल दे दिया और ऑफिसेज में जितने भी डॉक्यूमेंट्स थे उनके ऊपर पेट्रोल छिड़कर उन्हें जला दिया, so that the Nazis leaders information and about their killing on information that should not be disclosed in front of the world. Yet the history and memory of the Holocaust live on in memories, fiction, documentaries, poetry, memorials and museum in many parts of the world today. So this is all about this chapter. Thank you for listening. Have a good day and stay tuned for the next video.